To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? They call me Lovisha Nelson One, your number one celebrity host, and you are watching Voice of the People Television, VOP. Stay tuned.
Uyi Osarate is my name. I am a friend of the microphone, Voice of the People TV. That name is unique, and the brand is very sweet. I like the packaging, picture qualities, camera qualities, and then of course, the quality of human beings that I see sometimes on your channel. I talk and get paid, and I look forward to being in your studios.
Oh yes, you are on to Voice of the People TV, live here in Benin City, the cradle of black civilization. What are you waiting for? Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where power shifts its every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Join Moses, Chukuma, and Fina on Voice of the People TM. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
Very much for staying with us. Now, this is Newspaper Review. We have Barrister Darlington Aguma with us. Barrister, good to have you join us again.
It's my pleasure.
And also, Comrade Destiny Anabulele joins us from our Benin station. Comrade, thank you very much for staying back. Now, let's dive into it. We have the papers here. Relief in Cotonou as NAF, joint force, repel coup plotters in Benin Republic. Let's check out the riders to that story. The riders here: Jita's over coup attempt in Benin, ECOWAS sixth assault on democracy. FG, ECOWAS stand with Benin, say coup unacceptable, retrogressive. Without constitutional democracy, effective governance, coup risks loom, stakeholders. Now that's the big story there. Now, this day also report says presidency How Tinubu ordered Nigeria's military to foil Benin coup, sent in air and ground troops. FG, it was direct assault on democracy. Move represents a subversion of the will of the people, declares ECOWAS, deploys forces. Fix bad leadership or expect more military takeovers. CD warns regional body. It's concerning, Atiku expresses worry. That's how it's reported on the cover pages of this day newspaper. And then the Punch says, security crisis. Tinubu, Macron hold talks as U.S. fact finders arrive. U.S. delegation meets NSA, visits Benue, Nigeria, France eye security pact. Bandits release 100 Niger pupils. Okay, that's that report's there. Okay, so Comrade Destiny Anabolele, let me start off with you on this one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Yeah, come again. That was please.
Okay. Talking about the coup that took place in Benin yesterday and how it was foiled, and the report in the Daily.
Well, let me quickly say this, Mr. Moses. There's a saying that those who make peaceful change impossible make violent revolution inevitable. With utmost humility and simplicity this morning, what we have in Africa it's not democracy. It's not democratic. There's nothing. The near it that is from khaki to not khaki dress. With utmost humility, both in character and in everything. As they will say when we are leaving the university, both in character and in learning, it's everything depicts that of the khaki. With utmost humility, you can see the charade of elections that they are doing. We've heard that a 90-year-old man, while in hospital, he only because of his electionary campaign, he only appeared once. Still, he won the election. A 90-year-old, a 92-year-old, he has ruled for over 40 years. Even while I was just about 5 years old. So for me,
right?
There's a problem. There's a larger question. Come again, sir. Sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
Yes. So there's a larger question that we are not asking ourselves, and we are not, there are no solutions to the questions that some of us are asking. That is the gospel truth. So for our dear president and the Nigerian using our Nigerian collective patrimony and the taxpayers' money and what have you to go fuel another nation, you see, with utmost humility, there's a saying that best of feathers flocks together with utmost humility. So I'm not saying otherwise. I said best of feathers flocks together. This is a pointer to the fact that as we gallop towards 2027, that President Tinubu and his co-travelers must be very careful of what they do. At any rate, that is why you see them, President Tinubu and his co-travelers, they want to make opposition's parties very, vegetables. They want to make them vegetables so that they will not have the impetus, the strength to confront the government that are currently ruining us in this country. That's exactly what we are. So we cannot give them the top five. So they will tell the international world, them that they were not that coordinated. So that's why I'm calling on using the opportunity to call the oppositions, both the PDP, the ADC, the SDP, and what have you. They all must come together, bury their pride, bury their interest, and look for a very viable candidate that can, give them the needed, crowd, the needed sympathy, the needed votes to be able to match this government in power. Because if you ask me, the opposition has to speak. They don't have the finance. Those that have the finance now, our money. You saw what happened last week, where we are despite that we are neck deep in insecurity, but you see went ahead to distribute vans to various states coordinators for 2027 general election. While our army, they are working on foot in the Sambisa forest fighting banditry and terrorism. They are using their gun to fight against those that are using some secret weapons. But here we are, the president of this country that say that yes, our interest is paramount. is just fooling us Nigerians. And this morning, Nigerians must wake up. As I have said, let me reiterate that as we go out every week to gym, we must set aside 1 hour to practice madness in preparation for 2027. That is the only way. When your opponent knows that you are prepared, when he's coming, because you only have 2 heads. You only have 1 head, not 2 heads. So you have a retreat. So please, Nigerians, we must go and learn how to mad in terms of prepare for madness in preparation for 2027. That is the only way. If we do otherwise, by 11 a.m. that day, results have been announced. By 11 a.m., you can take that to the bank.
All right, so we should start practicing madness 1 hour every day in preparation for 2027. Barrister, let me come to you now.
Yes.
The issue of Benin Republic.
Yes.
Yesterday.
I am not amused by what Tinubu did. In fact, I won't even praise him because
was that responsibility to protect in action, or the ousted president at the time called for this help because the reports are that he reached out, and also they're saying France reached out to Nigeria to intervene.
Look, that is one of the reasons why I will not praise this president. When it happened in Niger, what did he do? He couldn't do anything.
He wanted to.
He wanted to, but they stopped. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, he wanted to, but they stopped him. Because some people say that the people in Niger are their cousins and their brothers, so you should not go there. Is it because you have a large number of Yorubas in the Republic of Benin? But that is not the issue. Mr. Moses and Okoro, listen very well. Whenever a man goes into the bush and fetch firewood infested with ants, definitely, lizard must come to his compound for feast. That's the truth. Did you realize that most of the coups in Africa is caused by what? Election. Have you gone through the history? All of them, because of election, sit tight. Not following due process, trying to remain in office forever and ever. How could they want to change the constitution in Benin Republic?
But the election in Benin is to take place in April next year.
That's what I'm saying. They are changing the constitution.
But I think coups happen in Africa more as a result of bad governance than election.
I said of recent now.
Okay.
I've taken inventory now. Of recent now. They want to change the constitution from 5 years to 7 years. And you are eligible for 2 terms. That means you stay in office for 14 years. Only you. That was what this military boss said, no, we can't take this. The 5 years they were doing it before, what happened? Mr. Okoro, what is it that you cannot do in 5 years that you need another 2 years to add to it before you can do it? Look at the mentality of African leaders. Just look at the mentality. A whole 5 years, you couldn't do it. You now want to add 2 years again. So that's what will happen. And I'm sure by the time you get that 7 years, in the next election, you push it to 9 years until you get to 10. Just childish behavior for an adult. So when you are doing all these things, do you think that these francophone countries, and if you check, they are the ones that are carrying this thing on their head. These francophone countries, they are impatient too. They don't have time for all this to you and I are speaking here, say we are from Anglophone. They don't have time for all these things. The moment you misbehave, they will send you packing. That's their behavior. But here, we will continue to talk. Meanwhile, the people we are talking to, they are not listening. They are not even showing any remorse. Let me tell Nigerians and every other person that care to listen. I hope the intervention of Tinubu is not what I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
This Senate that the APC is now 2/3. I hope this constitution they are amending, they are not trying to do something that will cause problem. Let me say it now. Because this is what to do in the Republic of Benin. Let it not be quid pro quo. So that when our own will happen, those two will come and intervene and help us.
How would they help us when they couldn't stop their own? How would they help us?
Because they will help the man over there. That's what I'm saying. They are helping the man over there now. So he will lend the support. Even when we are saying we don't want it. So let it not be that somebody wants to amend our constitution, no. Because these 2/3 that is the Senate have collected, they can approve anything. It's just for the president to open his mouth and say, this is what I want. They will say no.
Anyway, but Barrister, I think your fears are genuine. I understand your deep. But in terms of talking about the duration, amending the duration, sometimes I begin to ask myself, how did we change from parliamentary to presidential system of government? Because it's working for America, but somehow, for reasons unknown, it's not been able to work for us. If you go back in history and you check that, because I can point out 2 or 3 examples where parliamentary system of government helped good leaders to remain in office. I'll go to Singapore, where Lee Kuan Yew, because his party normally won the elections, because of his good performance, was able to stay in office for 31 years. And in his book, from third world to the first world, he detailed how he was able to move Singapore from a third world country, which we call now developing country, to a first world developed country. The fastest in global history, recent global history. The closest is that of Denmark, that did that movement within 48 years. But Lee Kuan Yew was able to take Singapore just in 30 years, the fastest in recent history. And if you go to Germany, you look at Angela Merkel, who did very well. She stayed in office for about 16, 18 years or thereabout. Why? Because his government was doing well. His party was winning elections. But here, in the presidential system of government, I mean, even if you are building castles in every community, even if you are paving the roads with gold, moment is 4 or 8 years, you leave. That's talking about, people that are amending constitutions to extend their stays in office and all of that. If you ask me, I think the 4-8 years tenure is not good as far as I'm concerned. So I'd rather we go back to the parliamentary system of government, so that if your party is doing well, the people will keep voting for you, and if you keep maintaining that majority in the House, you keep producing the Prime Minister. Now, that said, coming to the issue of the coup, it's quite interesting, and I find it curious that our president could personally, like he said, send troops to Benin Republic to go from Lagos there, to go and quell the coup and all of that. And normalcy has been restored in Benin Republic, in Cotonou. So what is holding the president from giving that same order to the Nigerian military to go and rout out the insurgents, the terrorists, the bandits and all of that? What is he waiting for? Or is it a matter of, the North, if you want to destroy yourself, you destroy yourself like...
As a minister, a former Minister of Defense said the bombs will not penetrate the forest, the trees.
Okay, the bomb,
Are you serious?
Okay, but
a minister said this.
Yes,
but how about footprints?
Okay.
So he was ready to deploy footprints in Benin Republic, but he's not willing to do that in northern part of the country.
There's nothing.
So I'm looking at it. Does it look like where the president is, like what they do to the south is, if you people are interested in killing yourselves, you just go ahead, and they allow the security agents to do anything that they want in the southeast. Does it look like we are getting to a level where the Nigerian state is saying, North is your problem. If you want to solve it, solve it. You see APC, like on the morning show, we will see people blaming the North, asking, look, the North, you are the cause of this terrorism, insecurity, why don't you solve it? Instead of calling the government to action, you say, look, it is the responsibility of the Nigerian state. It is the responsibility of the commander-in-chief to ensure that terrorism ends. Because at some point, between 2011 and 2015, it was the call of the president. They said, look, Mr. President, the buck stops at the table. Nobody was blaming the North. They were blaming Jonathan. So why are we not blaming the president now? Why has it become a northern issue? So, Mr. President, if you were able to send the Nigerian Air Force and foot soldiers to quell the coup in Benin Republic, I expect you to do more in Nigeria, where you hold fort as President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
It is a misplaced priority. And talking of the North and insecurity, it is the way they presented it. That is what brought the reaction of some of us. The way they presented the issue of insecurity, the way they presented it.
But Barrister, how did they present it?
The way they were saying that Tinubu should take care of
as a condition for re-election.
So is that how they should talk?
No, does it look like it's everybody in the north that is supporting this insecurity? It's not the political class.
No.
The middle class, they are not supporting it.
No.
They are the receiving end of the stick.
But they are the ones that control the levers of power.
I mean, you mean the middle class?
Of course, the middle and the oligarch. Yes, they are the ones.
No, Barrister, they are not. The middle class.
Is it the Talakawa?
It's oligarchy now.
Hold on. Is it the Talakawa that brought these terrorists into Nigeria?
Barrister, we are talking about three sets of people: the Talakawas, the middle class, and the oligarchy. Who controls it?
Why would you bring the Talakawas into this?
No, you did now.
Because you are the one that you are trying to cut a flag for them. And
for who? I'm saying, look, it's not everybody in the north that is supporting this terrorism. So when people say, look, Mr. President, if you don't solve this problem, you are not going to get our votes. Because those people are hamstrung. They don't know where else to run to, except to the president, which should be.
They are the ones now, the opinion leaders in the north.
The people that are speaking now are not the opinion leaders. This is the youth now. Are they the opinion
Is that
leaders?
what?
The youth are the one asking.
Oh, then why should they be talking like this?
Why shouldn't they? Because, I mean, their elders have overpowered them.
They are
so they are looking up to the president to solve the problem.
They are the part of the problem. In fact, they are the problem. Because the engine room of this insecurity is the youth. Is the youth.
Who are recruited? By who? Recruited by who?
Is the youth.
Is it the youth that fund it?
Is the youth. So
is it the youth that fund it?
If the problem is coming from them, why are they not shifting it to somebody else? Is the youth. Let them say no.
Well, because the person they are shifted it to someone when it was when he was on the other side.
Anyway,
whatever goes around.
Anyway, what I'm saying in essence is that let nobody be amused with what happened in the Republic of Benin. There are motives behind it, but you and I may not realize it until later. That is when it will manifest. Because I don't see why your house should be on fire.
What's the motive?
Is that what?
What's the motive? You're saying there might be a constitutional change in Nigeria.
No, it's politically motivated. And you will see it later. Because this Macron that came in and all that, you will see. I just pray my ancestors will disappoint me in this my
prophecy.
I just pray. Because this APC, they are capable of anything. This APC, they are capable because they are afraid if they lose the election, the incoming government will come and open up their rump and we'll see what they have done in office. So they wouldn't want to leave.
I'm just wondering. How come it was after the coup was squared that, look, France is now willing to collaborate in Nigeria?
That's what they want.
Because all these while they have stood aloof. Anytime the president visits there, what we get is, memorandum of association on oil exploration and mining and all of that. But at the point, they talked about military collaboration, but they didn't receive that kind of spotlight until after this incident.
The Macron himself had to call the president to talk about that. So one is beginning to wonder if it's you do my bidding, I support you. If it's that kind of a thing.
Of course, Tinubu has become their errand boy. Both Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron. Abi? Yes, now. He's not their errand boy. Yeah, whatever they want.
He's our president. He's
our president, and it's democracy.
Are you serious? This one that America is telling him who to appoint, who to remove, what to do and what not to do. Abi?
Barrister, how do
is
you
it
know?
not part of it?
How do you know?
How do I know what?
It's just collaboration.
Hold on. What? That's not how to collaborate, please.
They are sharing intelligence.
That's not how they are dictating what they want. They are telling you what they want so for them to help you. And you are saying it's collaborating for what? If they have done the right thing, will anybody even interfere in Nigerian affairs? No, please tell me. If you have done the right thing, will anybody? So, as far as I'm concerned, no. In fact, is there even a rumble to the terrorists, the bandits? Because they too are making demands from him now.
Barrister, in international relations, we normally say that the quality of states is just a figment of imagination.
Yes.
In international politics, might is right.
Might is right, yes, you're right. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what is.
So when people flaunt and fly their sovereignty before our faces, they should also understand that.
It's just on paper.
It's just on paper.
It's just on paper. I can't imagine Nigeria trying to measure up with America on world ground. $39 trillion economy. $39 trillion economy, and an economy that is less than 300 billion naira.
We are number 4 in Africa.
Number what? Yeah. Oh, number 4
in Africa.
So where is number 1, 2, 3?
We used to be number 1.
I get them before no be property.
We used to be number 1 until
I get them before no be property.
Until we took a nosedive to number 4. We used to be $500 billion economy, but now we are
leave that thing you are telling me now. That one is history. It's history.
Let's move on to
ancient history for that matter.
Let's move on to other headlines here. Well, still from, I think I'll just take headlines from this day, and then we'll move to other papers. France offers help to defeat terrorism. Ribadu meets U.S. congressmen. 100 children released in Niger. Good news, isn't it?
There's nothing good here.
100.
Nothing good here. Mr. Moses, please. I don't want people to... Look, in the first place, should we be kidnapped? Should our children be kidnapped? Okay, where are the kidnappers? Mr. Moses, where are the kidnappers? That is what will make news to me. Where are the kidnappers? They just gave you some of them. Some are still with them. I hope you know.
Barrister, you should praise the efforts of the government.
No, I will not. I will not. Please, I will
securing the release of 100
of
those.
I refuse to. No, please. I will not. I mean it. I will not. You swore to protect our land and property. So where were you when they kidnapped us? What is the celebration here? Where were you when they kidnapped us? The very thing you swore to do. You failed on it. And you are telling me now that this medicine after death, I should be clapping for you. Clapping for what? Should we be kidnapped in the first place? And so where are the kidnappers?
Barrister, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk in the US, you know, did it take away something from the capacity of Donald Trump to protect the lives and the property of an average American?
What are you talking about? That was an election period now. They were campaigning now. What is the has Donald
Were
Trump?
they? Charlie Kirk, I mean.
Hold on. Have Donald Trump swore to protect America as at that time?
Yes.
No, he haven't.
Barrister, he had. This thing happened this year now. It's not even up to 6 months.
I said
that Charlie Kirk was killed.
It was during...
Barrister, when an American is killed in a shootout, like when somebody goes into a synagogue and opens fire, does it take away the capacity or the ability of Donald Trump to protect America?
Hold on. The people that shot any American, did they get away with it?
He was arrested.
Good. Good. Nobody have done it and got away with it. Nobody
now we have
America.
School children kidnapped, and the security agencies have rescued 100 of them, and they are still on it.
Hold on, Mr. Okoro, you didn't get me. You just gave me an analogy with America. Tell me that in American soil, some terrorists have been rampaging that place for 15 years. And nobody has been.
But they are working towards.
But they are doing what?
We are working towards.
The one that you got that released some of our children from their den. Where are they? I am asking you. It is when you tell me now that you have neutralized all the kidnappers, that they don't have the capacity to repeat what they have done now. I will listen to you. But they just release some of the children in their country because apparently you paid money to them, Abi. So when you are now arrange another set of money, they will release the remaining. And then when they have exhausted that money, they will now go and kidnap again. What kind of life is that? Mr. Okoro, is that what
so you think the government is not making any effort?
With effort. Let the government tell me that there will never be any kidnapping again in Nigeria. I will listen. Because that's what they swore to do. Yes.
Of course, that's the call of Nigerians. Nigerians will want a situation whereby there will not be kidnapping.
I'm telling you.
One too many kidnappings.
Do you know the word? Not all of them will be accounted, though. All these people that you know that this one, they were so much in number. That's why there are many that nobody. They will never return back to their home again.
And the fact remains that in some of the kidnappings, some people die. People are killed.
I'm telling you.
And then you release victims.
People without names. Nobody knows them.
They don't hear that, they just disappear. At the kidnappers. So the kidnappers, those they killed, they've killed for nothing.
And no consequence.
consequence.
Nobody is arrested. Nobody is prosecuted.
They go scot-free.
The little girl called Leah Sharibu is now in their den. These monsters are molesting her on daily basis because of what? Her faith. Only God knows how many children she would have given birth by now. And that means her destiny is gone. Her future ambition gone. Taken away. Is that not provocative enough?
Right, do you even think she's still alive?
And we understand it. We don't even know exactly. Nobody's hearing about her again. Even when Buhari made a call to the parents, said, I will do everything to bring this girl back. Yet nothing happened there, Mr. Okoro. Just because of her faith. Something that can cause war in another country.
All right.
But we kept quiet.
Okay, let's move on to another conversation now. From The Guardian, these are the headlines. Some of the window headlines. Pebec exposes poorly performing MDAs. Sorry, before we move on, Comrade Destiny, would you like to react to the conversation? Go ahead.
Mr. Moses, I'm still here. I'm just... I am a little bit not very comfortable with the situation of things. Not because... Well, let me leave it. Let me just leave it there. You see, the issue is this, which is very simple. I think the barrister said something just now that he prays that his ancestors would disappoint him, and that is our own here in Edo. You know, at the time they said it was the ancestor that brought our governor. But as it is now, it's like our ancestors here have disappointed us, the citizens of Edo State. Let me go to the issue at hand. You see, just as the barrister said, what has happened in Benin is a result of, a political, issue, trying to amend the constitution to benefit him. And now, our president swiftly went to assist. And Nigerians are not asking the basic questions. We are not speaking enough as a people. We are dying in droves. People are being kidnapped in their houses. In Edo here, in Isha, the community that hosts our state university. Last week here, 3 students, if I'm not mistaken, or in the LDG, they were being removed from their houses. 3 by bandits. In the community very close to us, one of your reporters, any of your reporters, Iyowa, close to Oluku, they kidnap almost every 2 days. Just one of the checkpoints, an army inspector was killed very close to Unibe. At the checkpoint, he was killed and the gun taken from him in the watchful eyes of his colleagues. And you tell me that all is well with us. And if I say, and people will say, why am I talking that way? And here you are. You went to Benin because, ECOWAS is all about the interests of the heads of government. Just as local government chairman forming an association. It's not for the interest of the local government. It is for the interest of themselves. So he went to assist one of his comrades in that. I said I tried to be very careful this morning. One of the comrades at running the various countries. You can see how our heads of government have underdeveloped our country. They have underdeveloped. This is no longer according to what I wrote me, how Europe underdeveloped Africa. This is how our president, heads of government has underdeveloped our countries. We just look around us. Look at West Africa. Look at Africa. What is working for us as a people? Just ask me. Let's ask ourselves the basic questions. From the section, we move from parliamentary at independence to presidential. Parliamentary is working with our colonial masters and other lives. Presidential is working in the US perfectly. But here we are. We have embraced the two. Still, it's not working. And where are we going from here? And some of us are saying that we should develop the one that works for us. To me, the one that works for us, you ask me as a person, I think the military is the one that will work for us. That's why I'm not comfortable with what happened in Benin Republic, that the president went to assist. I'm not happy. If they want to let them come and arrest me. That is because I'm a strain of history. I have a stray since the section of Nigeria, since independence, till very just now. The achievement that we have achieved in terms of security and development, it is during the khaki. I stand to be corrected, and I stand to be challenged on that. I'm open for a discussion. Just look at it, what we have achieved as a people. It's very just now. We've had security. We have security. Someone said that if insecurity lasted for over 24 hours, you know that government has handled it. That's why I have said it before, that the present banditry or terrorism or terrorists that have found their way into our political lexicon, it is a result of this APC as a party, and then now they are the aim of affairs. You can't. There are facts. Not too long ago, someone exposed a sitting of perhaps the former governor, I think of Sanfara, I don't know, that while he was a sitting governor, he, engineer, gave money to bandits to go coerce, to go force the people to vote for his party in the election. And we only had not too long ago that some governors are putting, they are setting amounts in their budget meant for terrorists in their federal states. And in this country too, the former governor of Borno, who's now the number 2 man of this country, at the time, a well-known terrorist was discovered in his lodge. And the people want to say that this government and this party, with utmost humility, Nigerians, see, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. We must all rise. Because see, if we fail to make sacrifice now, that which we fail to make sacrifice might be the sacrifice tomorrow. We must speak out. We must speak out because a stitch in time saves 9.
Saves 9.
And we must speak out.
We must speak out, and speaking out has landed some people in trouble. That just leads us to...
Let me say this, sir.
Okay.
Let me say this, Mr. Moses. Let me say this, Mr. Moses. It is better to die as a great man rather to die as a chicken.
Okay.
That's what my grandfather told me. It is better to die as a great man rather to die as a chicken. What am I trying to say? You see, there is a saying in my very unique language. I heard say a dead boy in Yankee. If you say you are living, but you are a moving corpse, is that life? We are always afraid of life. It's even there in the Bible. He said you overprotect your life, as in protect your life on body. He said you will lose it. You will lose it. It's there in the Bible. I'm not a Bible teacher. I'm not even a worker in my church, but it's there. For those of you that are close to the pulpit, you know exactly what I'm saying.
Even Shakespeare.
To protect your life.
How was that many times?
You will lose it.
Well, there's another saying that careful dies, reckless survives. Oh, well, it takes me to this next story. That was why I made the statement I made. Some people have spoken up and it has landed them in trouble. The next story is from the Punch newspaper. It's on the bottom strip there. Anambra prison inmate wins International Whistleblower Award. Now, I'd like to permit me to read a little into this story so we get a good perspective of what we're talking about. Now, on December 3, 2025, the international organization Blueprint for Free Speech announced the winners of its Whistleblowing Prize, which celebrates individuals exposing corruption and human rights abuses. And among the awardees was Nnamdi Eme, a young man who has spent almost 3 years in the correctional center in Anambra State for alleged whistleblowing. Now, the 2025 awards marked the 8th edition of the Global Recognition Program. Now, this is the meat of the story. While others collected their awards on stage, Eme, who is remanded at the Anambra Correctional Center despite having been granted bail by the court. Eme's ordeal began during his National Youth Service Corps year in 2022, when he was posted as an IT consultant to the Anambra Rapid Response Squad, where he was tasked with helping the police track criminals using technology. In February 2023, a popular blog, Gist Lover, published allegations against Anambra police officer Patrick Agbazue, accusing him of kidnapping, extortion, killing, and even harvesting organs. The report further claimed that Agbazue transferred the bodies of those who died in custody to New World Mortuary in Inteje, Anambra. Following the allegations, the Police Service Commission launched an investigation and took Agbazue into custody for claims of torture, illegal detention, and other abuses, before then transferring him to Abuja for further questioning. And then, Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba also set up a panel to probe the claims. And after the leak, Eme's identity was revealed on social media as the source of the information, prompting him to flee to Benin Republic. He was arrested in March 2023 on an Interpol red notice and returned to Nigeria. The police subsequently filed 12 charges against him, including illegal possession of firearms, money laundering, defamation, hacking into the account of Chibike Martin Sekweme, and transferring 47 million naira from the account to another. And for this, he's been remanded in detention. But a court has asked that he be set free, but he's still remanded 3 years after. And then he's receiving an award from prison, of course, for free speech. What's your reaction?
Look,
This is shocking.
There
Yes,
is,
it is.
that will tell you that there's no free speech. The free
Now, we don't even know the
Uh-huh.
situation of Agbazwe,
This is
the
just
policeman.
The
involved.
policeman
Well-
at the center of the drama.
This is one out of many people that is unheard of. That means there are many people that have remained incommunicado. You know, they just pick them and no phone call, nothing. They just keep them in the cooler, just like that. This is what is going on under this administration.
He's been granted bail.
Even when they called to say leave this man, they still kept him because he exposed what is going on. So that is where we are. I said if they should go around the whole country and open up all the police dungeons, you will hear stories that will shock you. I'm telling you, stories that will shock you. People that have remained incommunicado for years. At times, their parents and their loved ones would have forgotten about them because no means of communication, nothing. No means of communication. That's what they are doing here. And you want this country to move forward.
Chuguma, you want to say something?
No, I mean, I'm still in shock, but I would have loved to find out, because they also accuse him of transferring 47 million naira. So are they keeping him?
If that is justified, do you think the courts will grant him bail?
Yes, of course, the court will grant him bail. Because he has to come out and look for how to pay the money. Now, he's not going to pay the money himself in jail. So I want to find out, is it because he's quilled on the police authorities, or is it because he is alleged to have transferred 47 million naira as an IT
And owning a gun and all
of that, So looks like it's not just there because of whistleblowing. I think there are other reasons why they are.
Or could it be that these allegations were just pinned on him to ensure that he's kept behind bars?
Then his lawyers, or doesn't he have lawyers? There are some lawyers that also do pro bono. You be able to tell his lawyer. It speaks to how our criminal justice system, how it's administered and all of that.
Bail has been granted, but he's still there.
He's still there.
custody.
That is the problem. So,
3 years running.
3 years running.
Except you ask for pro bonus, nobody will give it to you.
No, but there's no way he shouldn't have asked by now. Core member, because he went there as a core member.
Most people don't even know that such a thing exists. I'm not joking.
Other inmates will have advised him.
Other inmates that are still inside the place, Abi.
That are also going to court.
Okay, so his lawyer. Okay, so in 2023, Justice F.O. Riemann granted MA bail in the sum of 50 million naira, with two sureties of like sum, requiring landed property within the jurisdiction and proof of 3 years tax payment. Nnamdi's counsel, Justice Ijoma, told the correspondent of this paper on Sunday that both the police and court officials tried to frustrate the process of perfecting the bail. He explained that the authorities even requested a new set of sureties without explanation. He said, when we wanted to perfect the bail, one of the things we noticed was that Nnamdi's passport was in the custody of the police in Abuja, and part of the conditions to deposit the passport with the registrar of the court, part of the condition was to deposit. So we told the court to expunge the part of that condition or order the police to release the passport. So the police released the passport at the order of the court. Ijoma said, while we were trying to perfect the bill, the hearing commenced, and in the process, Justice Riemann passed away, and the hearing was stalled. While still trying to perfect the bill, we noticed that the Deputy Chief Registrar of the court apparently became a stumbling block for us to perfect the bill. And this made me write a petition against her at the Federal High Court. It was at that point that I left the case, and a learned senior advocate took over. Yeah. So it's been from one problem to another.
Oh, God, I mean, it's complicated.
Endless adjournment.
From one problem to another for the young man. Comrade Destiny and Abulele, you want to react to this one? By the way, there's an issue that happened some weeks back. You and I were talking about it the other day, where one aide to the governor slapped a journalist working for the Edo Broadcasting Service, and I understand that the executive director of Edo Broadcasting Service is on the matter to ensure that this individual, is made to pay for the assault. Anyway, what's your reaction to that, and this and that, and free expression, really?
Mr. Moses, you want to make me to, the Edo State now is like a case study in the lives of all Nigerians, because you are always on the news for the wrong reasons. If you look for the past 1 year, Edo State has always been on the news for the wrong reasons. That is the gospel truth.
Well, the governor is doing some good things too. I mean,
I don't know. I can't. I'm not blind.
You don't support the governor, so I understand.
No. You see, Mr. Moses, I'm a realist. I must be very frank. I don't allow my political inclination to cloud my sense of cognitive reasoning. That is me for you. If he's doing well, I will tell you that he's doing well. Edo State, if you go back to history, has the finest road network in the whole of West Africa. So for me, that's why some of us have said over time that we don't need flyover. We don't need flyover, because if we maintain the roads within the city center and outside the city center, there will be
Comrade Destiny, are you not indirectly indicting the administration of Obaseki, the PDP, for 8 years who couldn't maintain those roads? And as you expect Okpebholo to do all of that in just 1 year?
Mr. Okoro, I am not saying that the roads are very bad. What I'm saying, government is continual. What you guys are enjoying in Lagos State is because over time the succession has been from same political lineage, from Asiwaju to Fashola to Ambode, and now we now have our friend with Baggy Plaza. So for us, that's why you see there is a succession plan. But here, this with utmost humility, the man that just came in he has abandoned, not even abandoned, the project, the very good project that he has made. He's collapsing them. You have heard about the MOA, this thing and everything, the Osiomo and the likes. That is my point. I'm not saying, you see, let's not be sincere, my brother. This money we are talking about, the money does not belong to Obaseki, neither does it belong to Okpebholo. It is our collective money, our collective patrimony. So he's doing it. If, for instance, Okoro stop and Destiny is here, I should endeavor to look at some of the fine projects that are people-oriented. I will continue that line, at least give some credit to him, and I could continue my own. But today, whatever Lagos is enjoying is going to Tinubu, even while he has left over how many years ago. So that's the point we are saying. You see, at times when we allow our political inclination become our sense of fair judgment, we will not find ourselves with this quagmire we currently have in Edo State. For me, I'm not blaming the government. The government is a fine gentleman with utmost humility. So he is just a willing tool. He's a willing tool with utmost humility. I don't want to go beyond that because he's a fine gentleman. Because I have heard people that are before now close to him to say he's a man that is very quiet and all of that. But when you find yourself in a situation where you cannot say no, you will become an object of arrows, an object of ridicule. I have not been in that position. I haven't been living in the civil society and not find myself at the saddle of leadership, not just the saddle of leadership, presiding the whole local government. Here you have someone that brought me, that want it for his own interest, use me for his own. It's not that I was a little bit meticulous. Perhaps by now I'll have enemy across the left, right, center. So for me, I am using this opportunity to admonish him this morning to have to pause a little and ponder when he's being called to do certain dirty policies and programs. So it's okay, let him reflect on it and perhaps consult someone that is not within the political space to advise him better. That's my point this morning. So for me, let me go back to the issue of one of his associates. He's one of his associates with utmost humility. You can see the likes of the governor we have, having such a person that you have denigrated to have slapping a married woman, a woman, and a staff of a government establishment in government house. You are not getting it. A woman, a married woman, an establishment of the government, and she was being slapped in government house, where you have the governor. My brother, that is impunity. But now, you should have been behind bars or being remanded. But where you are, they are above the law. That's why you are the average Edo citizen, and they not live in fear. They are either in Lagos, in Warri, in Asaba, in Abuja, you can afford it. Because they are afraid. They don't, majority of those that speak the truth to this government, they no longer go to functions, not to be attacked. That is where we find ourselves in the state. That is why, for me, I'm calling for the PDP, ADC, and the like, SDP, to form a formidable force. Let all of them bury their pride and their interest. All right, then. Let them have a very holistic, engagement and come up with a very formidable. We're
absolutely out of time.
That will win the people to their side.
Thank you very much.
So,
thank you very much for your
second question, sir.
No more response to any questions. Thank you very much, Comrade Destiny and Abulele. We are out of time for this conversation. Sports is coming up next. Very big thank you to you for your contribution. Thank you also to Barrister Darlington Agomo here and to Chukwuma Okoro, who is also an analyst on this show. Well, Chukwuma comes back, he puts on this toga and then puts on another one. So here he's an analyst, and then later this evening he'll be a presenter, a host. So he comes up later at 6 p.m. on Political Lens.
And I will be joined by Barrister Darlington sitting right here. We'll return at 6 o'clock and we'll first of all travel to Benin Republic. When we come back, we'll go to River State. And from River State, we'll go to the north and talk about Nigerian politics. Join us then, it promises to be quite interesting.
Yes, of course, promises to be interesting. And we have a lineup of interesting programs all the way between now and then, and even beyond. So keep it locked right here on VOP Television. Sports comes up next. I'm Moses Humphrey wishing you a beautiful day. Bye for now.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society.